So one of the things we've got to do as a business is work out where we are now. And one way we can do that is to use the business pyramid of need. So Mel, tell us, what is the business pyramid of need?
Well, the business pyramid of needs is actually based on Maslow's hierarchy of need. He breaks his down into 6 sections. I've just simplified it down into the 3. So at the base level, we have the security, the safety, the roof over our heads, survival needs. Then we move on from that base level to the mid-range level, or the middle of that triangle, which really is about your team. It's about how you fit into your community, what you contribute back to your community, and your sense of belonging. Mm-hmm. Then finally, we get to the top tier of that triangle of needs, or that pyramid of needs, which is really about, well, I use the term being unfuckwithable. However, Maslow talks about the concept of actually being self-actualized, meaning that you're at your peak, you're working in optimal performance, everything is in flow, and so you're at that real peak state of being.
So where do you feel most New Zealand businesses and to some degree families sit in that hierarchy?
The thing about this hierarchy is that it's a fluctuating positioning. So most businesses at some stage or another have been in that base level of survival mode. And in fact, many businesses, sadly, exist in that survival mode for the majority of the time that they are in business, if not all the time. However, for other business owners, they will fluctuate up and down, or as Kiwis or individuals might fluctuate up and down. That life is like this; it has its ebbs and flows. So the key thing to know is, though, as we have those ebbs and flows, how strong is the base? How strong is the structure that we have built our lives and our businesses on to support us at that base level through those ebbs and flows?
Okay, so if I'm in business, how do I recognise, what does my business look like that identifies for me that I'm caught at that bottom level?
Absolutely. So, you'll feel it in your body for a starter. You'll be stressed. You probably are working more hours than you feel you've got to give. You're continuously playing catch up. It may be that you are late getting your invoices out because you don't necessarily have additional administration support, so you're not always getting your invoices out straight away. It will generally look like a state of continuous waiting for the next paycheck to come in. So you really are in a state in your business where you might not necessarily be able to go and buy the materials you need for your next job because you're waiting to get paid from the last job that you did. And it's quite funny, I quite often speak to business owners and I ask them about their cash flow or credit management process, and they say to me, well, I get a call, I go and do the job, I write the invoice, and then I hope and pray that they pay me. And unfortunately, that is the state that most businesses exist in one way or another.
Okay, so you wake up in the morning and go, hope it all happens today, you're tense right from the beginning, you get going, you run on a treadmill the whole day, and maybe you come home and you sit there at night writing out invoices, doing the rest of the work that you couldn't get done during the day because you're so busy. Mm-hmm. So when we go up to the next level, how do we know we've achieved that?
So when we're in this next level of team and community, you know this because you walk in the morning and the environment feels energized. You know that your staff are engaged. Everybody knows their roles and responsibilities, and everybody is aligned with their talents. So you don't have somebody who's a natural nurturer, for example, picking up the phone and trying to do debt collection. You don't have somebody who is a natural guardian sitting in the back corner. So you've got the right people doing the right jobs. You've got money coming in. And when your local scouting group asks you if you could possibly be a sponsor, then you're happy to put your hand up and say, absolutely. Or if you've got additional things coming in your community, whether it's in your local community or in your fishing group or in your hunting group, you're able to add something to that from your cash flow. So it's a really great space to be in because you've got the extra breathing room to be able to live a life a little bit more.
Okay, so the money's coming in, things are happening, and you can give back because you're in that position.
Correct.
And then the top level, how do we know we're there? Although I suspect people that are there know they're there.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I love the analogy of, I mean, I'm a real big movie buff, and I love the movie The Matrix. So when Neo is first starting to learn his skills, he might dodge the bullets. When we're really in that state of self-actualization, we're in that final scene when Neo is catching the bullets. He's not having to dodge the bullets, he's catching those bullets. He's not even in that state of mind where those things affect him and impact him. Or again, the Karate Kid, standing on that post during the crane. You know, he's balanced, he's in the zone, everything's happening. And I love also, I talk about this, people that have worked with me from years ago will know that I use that analogy of like the ultimate superhero moment where you're standing out in the tarmac and you're like you're full of yourself almost, to the point that you just know that you're in a great space and you're doing great work and everything is just in the zone.
So the idea of being able to work your way up through these three levels is a foundational part of this program. Recognizing where you are now is simply recognition. It's not judgment, it's nothing except going, gosh, so that's where I am. And please be aware, so many other people are at that level too. You'll go through this program and you'll find how easy it is for you to step up those levels.